Welcome, Crypto La Familia, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we're back in the green for the week with $80,000 in play. Also, breaking news: Dubai International Financial Center enacts a digital assets law. Middle East money into Bitcoin. Send it. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin to enter the pre-halving danger zone, but crypto CEOs continue to remain bullish. We'll also be discussing the Bitcoin price prediction of how $12 billion Bitcoin ETF inflows is signaling a breakout to $80,000 per coin. We'll also be sharing Standard Chartered upping their Bitcoin prediction by 50%, claiming it's going to hit 150,000 before the end of this year. And guess who the primary shareholder of Standard Chartered Bank is? That's right, BlackRock. Also in today's show, I'll be sharing the latest from the legendary Max Keiser, as well as his increased Bitcoin price prediction to now $400,000 per coin. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, family, in today's show. And today's episode is brought to you by Margex. That's right, your reliable way to trade Bitcoin with up to 100x leverage, designed by traders for traders, and you can start trading today. Simply use my referral link in the description right down below, and you'll take advantage of a $50 bonus plus an extra $50 once you make your deposit of $100 plus into your account, plus an additional 20% after you deposit to your account using my promo code NEWSALERT20. You also notice the promo code in the description right down below. I encourage you to take advantage of this. Margex offers a broad range of powerful tools to harness your trading skills, as well as boost your profits. There's privacy, secure trading, and transparency in every aspect. And also, your trading profits can be increased by using leverage. Just use leverage carefully, family, because you know that name of the game. But anyways, get started today. Take advantage of it, because by supporting the exchange as a sponsor, you're also helping to support Crypto News Alerts. So I greatly appreciate that. Take advantage of this today. And note, it's a no-brainer. Click the link in the description right down below. Make your deposit. Take advantage of the bonuses. And let's get this crypto, shall we? Now, welcome everyone just joining us. Pump the likes to pump the stream. We're back at 68,000. Why? Because we're live. That's just how it works. Bitcoin pumps whenever we go live. You got to love it. Shout out to all of the moderators and everyone in the building. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. I appreciate it. Feels good to be back above 68 Gs. Hopefully you took advantage of that dip. Yesterday we started pumping once again. Sunday pumping. You gotta love it. K-Jam in the building. Let's get it. Lazarus, Jennifer. Good to see the fam. Mr. Bone Daddy, what it do? Bitcoin pumping during the live stream. It's just the way of the universe, fam. Looking forward to some JV positivity. The doom and gloom streamers are out in full force with this pullback. This is a healthy pullback, seemed to me. Exactly. And we're already recovering quite well. So this is anticipated, especially after soaring. Shout out to the Nippinator in the back doing his thing. Especially after we just had a $20,000 monthly candle in February. We need a pullback. We can't go up linearly in a straight line forever. You know what I mean? Loud and clear. Appreciate that. Shout out Benny. Shout out Eye of the Beholder. What dip? Exactly. Dips are becoming shorter and shorter lived. So when we do dip, you got to jump on it and take advantage of it.
Pump, 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 pump it up. Pump, 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 pump.
You already know. Space Mushroom Fuzz. Let's go.
Pump it up.
Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Thanks for the feedback, K-Jam. The Rumble stream is good to go. Shout out to the Rumble fam as well. Just be patient. Sage words there, space. Shout out to the Lock Sky. Got that orange love. I love it. MicroStrategy bought another 12,000 Bitcoin for 821 milli. They did. That was last week. I was anticipating another $525 million buy this weekend. Let's see if Sailor pulled the trigger if he announces it today. Loud, clear, and smooth. Appreciate the feedback. Or is this the pullback? I get them mixed up. Exactly. Yes, this is a pullback. Because we did tap the new all-time high, currently sitting at 73,800 on Coinbase, just FYI. If you say Bitcoin will go back to 35 for a bit and speak reasonably, they call you a no-coiner. And then they get stuck holding the bag for you. It works beautiful. Shout out to Nipsey from West Virginia. Shout out Hillbilly Will. Welcome, welcome. Hi to the traders. What up, Profit Taker? What's poppin'? Are you long BTC? Let me know. Anyone have balls to short Bitcoin right now? Holla. I'm curious.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Any chance that there's any further correction? Of course. We're going to have continuous corrections and pumps leading into the halving, guaranteed. Extreme volatility leading into the halving. Extreme volatility after the halving. That's nothing new. Every cycle, it's like this. So yes, we're going to continue. Here's the bigger picture. We're going to keep raising the bar. Just like February had a 20,000 monthly candle, we're going to get closer and closer to 100,000 leading into the halving, and there will be significant pullbacks along the way. There always is. Mass volatility, because Bitcoin is strong up in this piece. Volatility equals opportunity, and volatility equals life force, and the force is strong with BTC. Let me know if you agree.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I love that. We're all Satoshi except Craig. Preach. Hey, JB. So yeah, 100%. That's just what it does. Glad I got on the live. Thank you, Shane. Shout out Nuck. Now the party can begin. Bitcoin is boring again. Oh no, what are we gonna do?
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Appreciate that. Respect, Shane. Thank you everyone for supporting the stream. What's up, Preety? I see you, bro. What up? What up? Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Shout out to the Aussies. I know I'm streaming early today. Back with the early schedule this week. Just FYI. Why I didn't get a notification? Want to know why, Serge? Because YouTube doesn't like JV. Unfortunately. You might have to turn off notifications and re-put them back on, but everyone tells me the same thing every day. I'm not getting the notifications. And then all I got to say to respond to that is right here.
You just shook up the world. How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised, mother.
You know what I mean?
60 G's, baby!
Embrace the volatility. It provides the life force of an asset. The dollars are always flat. This is fact, Corey. Well said. Smash the likes and subscribe. Let's get this guy to 100,000 subs. Crypto Surge, comment of the day right there. Let's go. We still love you, JV. Appreciate that, bro. Bitcoin heart is pumping. Precisely. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. What's the second best? Don't even get me started, family.
There's no second best crypto asset.
My notification was wake and take a piss. K-Jam. People flooding Bitcoin saying it went down. A month ago, we were at 55. Yeah, beginning of February, Jennifer, we were like 40. We're up almost $30,000. And people was like, oh, how disappointing. How disappointing. We corrected from 74 to 65. Oh, my God. End of the world. Maybe Soloway was right the entire time. Let's get a Wu-Tang Clan sample. You got that? You know what I mean? I already got some Wu samples, but yeah, we need some more. Bitcoins rule everything around me. Cream, get the biddies. $1 million bitch, y'all. So yeah, more Wu-Tang samples. You got it. Incoming. We're on our way. Shout out Ram Dan. What it do? All love JV. MO in the building. Shout out Bitcoin Wazbaz. Good to see you, bro. What up, Bill? I prefer to use the name Hokey Wolf. Wow, I like that name, Hokey Wolf. Ciao from Italy. Ciao, ciao. What up, my Italiano brethren? Welcome. 900 Bitcoin may be mined each day, but the miners are only selling what they have to pay for the bills. Good point. Supply shock incoming. Crypto Quant says within 6 months, supply shock, there will be no Bitcoin for them to buy, especially these ETFs acquiring 10 to 20,000 Bitcoin per day with a only 900 new supply being awarded to the miners, especially with the halving only 30 days away, and that gets cut in half. There's only going to be a fresh new supply of 450 biddies per day on these exchanges in 30 days. And BlackRock alone is saying, I'll take at least 10,000 of those daily. Supply shock, family. That's going to drive the price parabolic. And we didn't have that last cycle. It was driven by the retail. This cycle is going to be driven by the institutional FOMO like a mofo. One small step for Satoshi, one giant leap for mankind. Very well said, Skinny B. Everyone who gave up on crypto during this correction is going to be sad by the end of the day. Preach. But anyways, family, if you're new to the channel, important to pump the subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, just like this. Also important to hit that like button. It helps support the channel and helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Greatly appreciate that. Today is pod episode number 1583. I'm your host, JV, rocking the number 3. Allen Iverson jersey. And nonetheless, today is March 18th, 2024. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do every day. The entire market back in the green, what I love to see. We got Bitcoin above 68,100. We started pumping right when I went live. I'm not surprised, mofos. We got Ether sitting above 3,500, AVAX up 5%, and APT up roughly 6%, but the bulk of the entire market, again, pumping in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap sits at 2.52 trillion with about 126 billion in volume for the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance back on the rise, fam, with 52.1% and the Ether dominance at 16.7% on the decline. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we got Jupe up 18%, Avalanche up 12%, and Whiff up 14% with almost a $3 billion market cap, which is mind-boggling. And below that, Aptos and WeMix. So which altcoins, fam, are you most bullish on for this bull run? Holla. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, you can see we're currently rated a 77 in extreme greed. Yesterday 79, last week an 82, and last month a 76 extreme greed. And we keep an eye on this because the higher this goes, the more likely of a pullback. For example, when we tap the 69,000 all-time high, which was the all-time high for 3 years, we broke it roughly 2 weeks ago. This hit a 90, which is the recent high, and we had a $10,000 correction within 24 hours. That's why we monitor the crypto greed and fear index. Bitcoin halving countdown clock. The estimated halving date is currently April 18th. I have this weird, funny, fuzzy feeling we're going to have the halving on 420. Just saying. Happy 420, family. And checking out the time chain calendar, we're currently on block 835,245. Holy moly. Over here, baby. Woo! Yes, and $1 is equivalent to 1,474 Satoshis. Welcome, family. Let me know if you guys are pretty lit for this halving. Only 1 month out, yo. It's already March 18th, 2024. It's flying by. It's insane. How many new Bitcoin addresses were open today? Fantastic question. Let me know. Yo, I'm leaving now because you didn't notice me. Sorry, Preeti. So be it. And I did shout you out earlier, and now you're just getting annoying. So just FYI, feel free to leave. You might be into something, JV. Thank you, Nove. Thoughts on render? You guys let me know your thoughts. The stream with the W, you already know. BFGC incoming. Amen to that. Holy moly, says Luke Doggy Dog. Luke Doggy Dog. Lukey Dog.
There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
I'm having a halving party. Come through, fam. Is that the halving party in El Salvador? I know El Salvador is throwing a big bash. Or are you having your own independent party? Where's the party? We'll crash it. Why not? I'll fly in on a private chopper. Wait, that's right. Kobe went down on the private chopper. We're not going to fly on the chopper. And it can't be a Boeing. Just saying. Big freaking green candle. Send it, Jennifer. Do you still think we hit 80,000 by the end of this week? Holla, let me know. We're going to actually be discussing that in a little bit. He didn't notice you because you're not important, says Matt. Ooh. Yeah, maybe if you became a member of the channel, you'd get some exclusive shout-outs. Shout out Hillbilly Will for being a member, Matt Sky, Scion, Crypto Surge, Jennifer. Notice almost everyone's a member here. Success leaves clues, family. Just saying. Welcome, fam. Lake the Great. Good to see you, broski. Ohio in the building. Let's go.
The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Preach. But anyways, fam, we ain't got time to waste. Let's kick this mofo into high gear. If you're just joining the stream, pump the likes, pump the stream. And please interact. At least let me know where you're from. This is a live and interactive show. I'm broadcasting live from Puerto Rico, so holla. But let's dive right into the 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market. this week. Let's start with number one. Bitcoin price defensive below the key resistance. That's right, a brutal weekend for the bulls. Hoping for a break soon, plays Bitcoin at its lowest level since March 6th, bouncing near 64.5, then producing a solid recovery, almost reaching 69 mark before encountering fresh losses at the weekly close. At this time, we're roughly 68,000, according to TradingView, but still unable to crack the area well known as the site of its old all-time highs from 2021. Here you're looking at the Bitcoin one-day chart, analyzing the current setup. We have an analyst, Scoo, who flagged the 21 period exponential moving average on the 4-hour chart as a line to reclaim next. Now, Bitcoin's relative strength index, which is the RSI, readings on the 4-hour time frames are currently at 48.2, but should also return above 50. Massive shout out to Nuckchoris. Notice me harder. You figured it out, big dog. Respect. Quoting the analyst here, still need a strong close above the 4-hour 21 EMA and RSI above 50 in confluence with a reclaim of 69 to 70,000. He also says that those are the crucial confirmations for higher. Until then, a bit defensive. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And quoting another analyst, Freddy Krueger, remember Nightmares on Elm Street? Well, anyways, my analysis. A fund was shorting MicroStrategy buying Bitcoin, 1 billion on each side, got stopped out Friday, sold 1 billion worth of biddies, triggered liquidations and also all week shrimp, crabs, and fish selling. Yeah. Now, despite the setback, Bitcoin nonetheless managed to have its second highest weekly close ever. So don't get it twisted. At just below 68.4, Bitcoin finished the week down a mere 600 versus the previous close. Not too shabby. Quoting Trader Jelly. Next week, with Bitcoin above the highest resistance level on the chart, don't get shaken out. Amen to that. Now, the next factor to keep your eyes out on this week, liquidity, flush, and funding reset. That's right. Some of the latest market data captures the event of the flush that occurred across the exchanges in the wake of the near 2-week lows. Numbers from monitoring resource CoinGlass shows days of long liquidations totaling more than 300 million. On the largest global exchange, Binance, perpetual swaps now have little liquidity around the price, with a wall of bid support only in place at 66 to 66. Sellers lie in wait above 69. Now, a side effect of the weekend came in the form of a reset in both open interest and funding rates. The latter still overly positive, but a fraction of the recent peaks. Quoting Crypto Slate. Too much bearish sentiment on my timeline. Bitcoin is trading 5,000 below the all-time high. Breach. Each flush out is necessary for our next leg higher. Tell them that's precisely what we need. A flush out, precisely what we got. Third factor, classic timing for a pre-halving retrace. That's right. Bitcoin miners are on course to enjoy its final month of 6.25 Bitcoin block subsidies before the halving scheduled to take place in 30 days. The debate around how the event will impact the Bitcoin price behavior continues. A new all-time high, after all, has never preceded a halving, but instead came months after it. That's right. In Bitcoin history, every previous halving, we'd have 3 previous halvings before this. Bitcoin always hit the cycle peak after the halving. This is the first time in Bitcoin history we hit the cycle peak anew, breaking the all-time high before the halving. So some would say all previous models are broken, and this is unprecedented. I want to know your thoughts, family. And quoting the analyst, Red Capital, in 2 days, Bitcoin will officially enter the danger zone. You overdid it, Holmes. You're in the danger zone. You shouldn't be alone. Rest in peace, Biggie. Some bars from there. But anyways, where historical pre-halving retraces have begun. Historically, Bitcoin has performed the pre-halving retraces 14 to 28 days before the halving, as pointed out here, so be on the lookout for that. Next factor to watch out for is the focus on the Fed's Jerome Powell after the FOMC. Yeah, a crunch week for risk asset centers around the Fed's next decision on interest rates and accompanying commentary from the Fed chairman. The next week of the FOMC concludes March 20th, which is Wednesday this week. So be on the lookout for this. This typically creates mass volatility. That said, markets are expecting few surprises this time. Persistent inflation has removed the chance of a rate cut, and even subsequent FOMC gatherings are not thought to be apt to buck the trend. All I gotta say is buck the Fed. Do you agree? This also happens to be the first time the markets align with the latest Fed guidance. Quoting the Kabisi letter, rate cuts are all but certain in 2024 as the battle against inflation continues. The next factor to watch out for, Bitcoin diamond hands, leverage all-time highs. Yeah, damn straight. While sentiment remains in the extreme greed zone, according to the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, some hodlers are voting with their wallets, profit taking on long-held altcoins have spiked significantly. The latest data from on-chain analytics platform CryptoQuant confirms long-term hodlers or entities hodling coins for at least 155 days, where my long-term hodlers at Holla have distributed nearly 600,000 BTC, or around 40 billion over the past month. And discussing this phenomenon on X, CryptoQuant contributors attributed a portion of that selling to the grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So there you have it, family. I also like to point out that it's CryptoQuant who is predicting a Bitcoin supply shock within the next 6 months, as all of the Bitcoin on the exchanges are drying up pretty fast. There's estimated to be 2 million to 2.2 million Bitcoin left. So get it while the getting is good. K-Jam, can only read your comments when the chat window's up on the screen. That's right. So for example, when I'm looking at the iMac, I got this big screen in front of me. When I'm reading the articles, I can't see comments. I'm not monitoring comments. I'm 100% focused on reading very fast for you guys to get through all this content. And then when we go in between articles, you know what I mean? Not only am I looking at my phone, but I'm also looking at the comments on the screen with the rest of you guys. So that's why you get attention in between the articles. I don't really read any comments unless it's a super, because I see the color change on my phone and I give you guys a shout out. Just FYI, so you know the format. Buck the Fed, preach. I love it. Fiat is poor as Michael Saylor to be ready for the best info. Speaking of that, that is true. People who use fiat currency as a store of value, what do we call them, folks? Someone tell me.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
Not this guy. How about you guys? You looking to sell your biddy at a profit? Hell no. We want perpetual lifelong profits that are going to continue to snowball. And the only way to do that is the hodl gang.
People that use fiat.
Do you guys know people who use fiat currency as a store of value? What do we call them, folks? That's right, Lazarus.
Currency as a store of value.
Tell them, Michael. I don't know if they're ready for this.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Shaitan, you got that right. JB will definitely get to you. Just be patient. That's right. So smart here. Drop your comments you want read out loud during this segment of the show when we're going in between articles. Because like I said, if I'm reading a 10,000 word article, I'm focused 100% on the article, not reading comments. I can't multitask that way and be efficient in the pod. Drop the comments now. I see everything and I decide what to read out loud. I read as much out loud as I can and I don't cherry pick, you know what I mean? But of course, if you're a member of the channel, you get first priority. So I do cherry pick. I take that back. Shout out Shaitan. Shout out Casey. Good morning, family. Thanks for being a member of the show. Crypto surge on Matrix. What it do? Bone Daddy. ETH price drops after the decon upgrade. There is no second best. That's right. And the ETH dominance is on the decline after the upgrade as well. So much for the much anticipated upgrade from ETH. Great jam, mixy mix. Amen. Shout out Sailor and shout out Little Bubble. Can't wait for the album.
People that use.
That's right. Little Bubble's dropping a dedicated Michael Saylor meme album. You know I'm going to be all over that, family.
Fiat currency.
Thank you, Casey. I do my best. I try to shout out as many people as possible. Shout out Lord Drip. Keep it dripping.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
You already know. Pump the likes, pump the stream, and let's get this mofo lit, family. It's Monday. $80,000 in play. If you want to see an $80,000 biddy, holla at your boy. High five. What up, guys? Shout out to the meme. Bitcoin is first priority. Tell him your shout out is a blessing, JV. Cheers, Shaitan Patel. Appreciate that. That's right. Anyone who drops a comment, you're going to get a shout out. Upgrade did nothing for the layer 1 fees. Precisely, Novum. Only the layer 2s. Shout out to Toasty Toast and welcome to the HODL Gang. Respect to all the members of the channel that are helping to support crypto news alerts and Bitcoin. Shout out Jose. You love that jam? This one's for you, brother.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
And this one's dedicated to K-Jam.
Pump it up. Pump it up.
Yes, and shout out Joe Buttons, the original creator of that track back when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I remember some of the bars. My jump off never run about the mouth so much. My jump off never argues while I go out so much. My jump off never has me going out of my way. She don't want nothing on Valentine's Day. My jump off don't argue or get rebellious. And she don't mind hanging out with the fellas. My jump off's not insecure or jealous. Think about it. The game is bad, player. Ain't it bad, player? Don't worry, Joe, you change it back, player. Dedicated to Joe Budden right there. Few bars I got for you. Don't be a drip, buy the drip. Damn straight.
Look, pump it up if your game and went long. When the dip hit,
You just ate like King Kong. But now everything's Bitcoin in the lyrics, right? Shout out to Little Bubble for that. Anyways, family, welcome to the stream. Let's discuss the latest news out of Dubai. This is actually big news. Dubai International Financial Center enacts digital asset law. That's right. Digital assets are gaining recognition and more lawmakers are including them in innovative law frameworks. Middle East oil money, let's go. The Dubai International Financial Center, one of the largest financial hubs in the Middle East, Africa, and South Asia region, has enacted what they call the world's first digital assets law that accounts for the existence of this asset class. Besides its definitions, the DIFC's digital asset law amends a series of other laws, including contract laws, law of obligations, law of security, law of damages and remedies, trust law, and foundations law to address some determinations. For example, some laws now consider some digital assets as money, as some modify the definition of this asset class to the one adopted by this new law. Now, Jacques Visser, Chief Legal Officer at DIFC Authority, explained the potential of this law and its pioneer character in the world. Visser remarked that the DIFC considers this document groundbreaking, as it is the first legislative enactment to comprehensively set out the legal characteristics of digital assets as a matter of property law. Furthermore, the document provides for how digital assets may be controlled, transferred, and dealt with by interested parties. Dubai approved its digital assets law in 2022, appointing the Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority as the agency in charge of the sector. However, this law did not apply to the DIFC as a free zone having its own governing body. The DIFC Authority and its financial services regulator, the Dubai Financial Services Authority. Now, in August, the DIFC announced it would subsidize 90% of the cost of the licenses for Web3 and AI companies waiting to open operations in the special economic zone. Now, speaking of Dubai, I remember Kevin O'Leary a few months back kind of went viral on social media for talking about this big exchange being launched out of Abu Dhabi. And he said it's going to basically be like the next FTX. I don't know if pun is intended there, but lo and behold, we all know FTX went bankrupt and the founder is currently in prison waiting to be sentenced for his trial here later on in the month. But let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think Abu Dhabi will have this big multi-billion-dollar exchange that will basically compete with Binance and take over the market share? Or do you think Mr. O'Leary is ill-informed and just spreading some BS that's never going to materialize? Because I never seen anything regarding that so-called exchange. So I'm curious your thoughts. But one thing I know for sure, the Middle East has an abundance of that oil money, right? So once they start adopting Bitcoin, game on. We already know the largest oil company in the world out of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia just partnered with the largest bank out of Japan, SBI Holdings, to venture into digital assets. So you already know. Shout out Francis. I appreciate you subbing to the #1 Daily Bitcoin pod. Let's get it. Shout out to Eye the Beholder. Hodling is camping on a blockchain, time chain. Let's get it. Does anyone use Robinhood to purchase Bitcoin? Ask Bill. Let us know. Seeing all the homeless camps has kind of taken away from the joy of camping. Precisely. Clean your room unless you're rich enough to hire maids. I eat lobster every day because I'm getting paid. Whoa! K-Jam flexing on these mofos. Easy killer. Pump it up. That's right. Let's go. Pump that mofo up. Shout out to the Himalayan nation. I love me some Himalayan salt. Pump it up. Need the rocket fuel. Tell them sign. I feel Kevin O'Leary wants to centralize Bitcoin. Boo. Yeah, I'm not a big fan myself of Mr. Wonderful, or should I say Mr. Not So Wonderful. Shout out to the McFootnator. I love the username McFootnator. I've only ever met one McFootnator. It's a very unique username. Thanks for being a member of the channel. Shout out to Sign Tracker as well. Thank you for being a member. Dubai is getting into the crypto game. They follow the Muslim laws, so they need to pass the law to address this. Good point. And the fatwa from the Muslim community, they already gave the green light that it's okay to invest into the biddies. We've covered that as well on the pod. Thanks for your insights there, Jennifer. Mr. Wonderful knows business. Bank of Japan expected to raise the interest rates around 11 tonight. Oh, for real. Solana's the Ethereum killer, says Diasuza. Robinhood only, BTC, says Shaitan. Robinhood is so low fees. Luke Doggy Dog, have you seen the show called Billions with Paul Giamatti? Freaking awesome. I haven't seen this. You recommend it? Stay away from Robinhood. I was able to transfer my Bitcoin off their exchanges, though. Shout out K-Jams to stay away from the Robinhood. Doha Airport has a forest inside. Whoa, mind blown. Oil money is not a game. Facts. If foof, but all good. Did India get into the Bitcoin spot ETF? Not that I'm aware of. I know Thailand as an extension through BlackRock and IBIT, and I know Brazil we covered last week as well. Brazil has a massive population, but currently it's only for the high net worth individuals out there. Yes, they have a major population, over 200 million, just FYI. Love my soul, pump it up, says Shaitan. Billions is the shizzle, the shiznit. Let's get it. Welcome everyone joining the stream. 333 people here. And I'm rocking a number 3. That's kind of wild, bro. Just saying. You guys see Kyrie Irving's game-winning lefty southpaw shot? Oh, my God, at the buzzer. Woo! What a shot, yo. I had to share that on my X. Phenomenal. Shout out Kyrie Irving. I'm usually rocking his jersey. Today, I'm rocking the Iverson throwback. JV, have you noticed that, like the stock market, crypto's starting to draw down on Fridays and pick up on Mondays? Thought it was interesting. That is interesting, Ricky. Don't sell your soul. When Hong Kong ETF, soon. They don't have an exact date, but I would anticipate that coming soon, and also out of El Salvador, family. The Kyrie shot was nuts. Amen to that. I love that celebration with the team after, yo. That was so lit. Powerful. Shout out Kyrie. He's actually my favorite baller currently in the NBA. The people of Dubai don't like Fred Flintstone, but the people of Abu Dhabi, Abu Dhabi do. Go Sixers, says Shaitan. Philly, where you at? Let's go. Anyways, fam, we got a lot to cover in today's show, so we discovered the latest out of Dubai. Let's discuss the danger zone. You don't want to go in the danger zone now, do you? Here we go. Bitcoin could just be days away from entering a pre-halving danger zone, a time where the price has historically dropped in the lead up of the halving, according to analysts, Rec Capital, quoting them here. In 2 days, Bitcoin will officially enter the danger zone, where historical pre-halving retraces have begun. In the past, Bitcoin's price has dipped in the 14 to 28 days leading up to the halving. Rec Capital explained, during the 2016 halving, Bitcoin fell 40% during that time, and in 2020, it fell 20%. So something to consider, family. In January, Rec Capital predicted a pre-halving rally and would occur roughly 60 days before the halving, followed by a pre-halving retrace around 1 to 3 weeks before the halving. Now, obviously, in another week, we're only going to be 3 weeks away from the halving. Hence, danger zone. Red alert. The prediction turned out to be right as Bitcoin started to surge mid-February and further surprised analysts in March when it beat its previous cycle's all-time high of 69,000, marking the first time Bitcoin has ever done so before a halving event. The next halving is forecasted to take place in 31 days on April 19th, according to today's Bitcoin halving chart. However, the price of Bitcoin has already fallen 8.5% from the March 14th all-time high of 73,800. So I ask you guys, do you think we're not going to have a 20% pre-halving dip because we just had a 8% dip, or do you still anticipate a 20 to 40% dip leading into the halving? I want to know your thoughts. Now, Binance CEO Richard Tung told a crowd in an event at Bangkok March 17th he expects Bitcoin to continue to break records and climb past 80,000 by the end of the year. I'd say that's hella bearish, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. I'm anticipating at least 100 to 150,000 this year. And that's if the cycle is still intact, meaning the year preceding the halving, we hit the all-time high where I'd be anticipating multiple six-figure price action. But I want to know your thoughts. And as the main feature story of the day, we're going to be discussing Max Keiser up in his target for this cycle to 400,000 per coin, just FYI. But anyways, the Binance CEO, it kind of feels sad referencing a Binance CEO and it not being CZ anymore. Anyone feel a little weird about that? But anyways, Tang claimed that just getting started and pointed to institutional investors' large allocations to crypto through the new U.S. ETFs, which have 57 billion under management, according to Dune Analytics. The Binance boss said he predicts Bitcoin will surpass 80,000, with supply reducing the demand continuing to come through. But it won't be a straight line, and price fluctuations will happen along the way. Now, Crypto.com co-founder and CEO told CNBC on March 15th that Bitcoin's recent price drop was a healthy move, removing some of the leverage that was built up. He added his exchange is seeing Bitcoin is on an upswing, and last saw in late of 2020 and early 2021, kind of like a deja vu, when it rallied from under 20,000 to over 60,000 just over 3 months, and said the current volatility is actually pretty low compared to what we have seen previous cycles. Facts, again, we usually correct 20 to 40%. We only just had a very modest 8% correction. He also expected to see a steady ramp up of the Bitcoin price action and said it would see less sudden moves as it's an asset you want to hold for decades, not for days or weeks. Preach. So there you have it, family. Let me know your thoughts with that sentiment from the analysts. Holla at your boy. 400,000 maybe in 2040. You're absolutely nuts if you think it's going to take what is that, 16 years to tap 400,000? Y'all must have forgot, right? For real, for real. Oh, I feel weird that this lady has to call it Binance. Shout out Yellen. It was 40% 2 halvings ago, 20% last halving, maybe 8% this halving then. Good point. The drawdowns are becoming less and less. You make a good point. 400,000 this year is a dumb prediction. I think it's dumb to say that 400,000 this year is dumb. So to each their own. I think it's pretty possible that the decline won't be as high. Here's the reality. Bitcoin can hit anywhere from 100,000 to 1.1 million this year. Can it hit 400,000? Absolutely. Is 400,000 a dumb prediction? No, I'll tell you a dumb prediction, expecting Bitcoin to hit 12,000. So if you're in that camp, God bless you, bro. You might need it. If Solana grows to 5,000 per sol in 10 years, similar to ETH, and buying 200 sol will likely allow people to fund a good chunk of their retirement with 1 million. I'm dollar cost averaging, says Toasty Toast. 300,000's where it's expected to go. There you go, Novum. 220 in play before the halving. Send it, KJam. I just hit the stretch. So good. I fell off my chair. Nice. You got to do what you got to do, John Hoddle. 100,000, maybe. Maybe. That's the key word. Maybe. Maybe 200. Maybe 400. But to just blatantly say, 400 is stupid. Come on now, guys. There's no such thing. Right? Pre-halvings, I mean, previous halvings, we have seen Bitcoin 10x. If Bitcoin 10x from here, $670,000 Bitcoin. If we only 5x, $300,000+ Bitcoin. If we only 2x from the current all-time high, roughly $150,000 Bitcoin from a 2x. And this bull run is just getting started. Stock to Flow printed the first red bullish candle to signify the bull run. So we have 2 years minimum of bullishness. Mike Saylor says 10 years of bullishness incoming. So 400,000, stupid. That just boggles my mind, bro. Scott, 120,000. I had Bitcoin. I'm just realistic. Understood. Well, some people are more conservative than others. I respect that. But yeah, I wouldn't call it stupid, bro. Bitcoin will eat gold. 400 this year, no shot. No shot. So are you trying to say there's a 0% chance that Bitcoin hits 400,000 this year? You just write it off. Okay. Come back to me at the end of the year, broski. And at the end of 2025, we'll see which year we hit the all-time high. Yeah, sorry, red guys. Adios. Deuces. Maybe if people had paid more attention, the USD. Yeah, not only did you guys spam and troll the show, you guys spammed and trolled freaking my Telegram chat. So no respect for you guys promoting that 3-letter word. So moderators, block them for life. Anyone who mentions that 3-letter word, no warnings, just block them for life. Same with the Telegram chat. You're blocked for life for spamming, guys. Best of luck with your Ishcoin. As it stands, too much inflation. Cheers to that, C-list. 80,000 this week. Send it.
More than 5 sats and you stacked and get it on. Had the people on my back to get a song. Where's broke, have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb.
Yeah, those trolls just got smoked like a bong. Sorry. No way, dude. If you thought what you thought, you'd never have it, says on Matrix. Crypto Surge, appreciate you guys. Red Dot, stock to flow, let's go. Amen, family. Let's get it. But anyways, fam, we still got a lot to cover. I appreciate you mixing it up with me in the chat. Let's discuss this $80,000 target in play. Headline reads, how 12 billion Bitcoin ETF inflow signals a breakout to $80,000 per Bitcoin. That's right. The Bitcoin ETF net inflow volumes continue to rise as more institutional investors embrace new investment alternatives. Data by SoSo Value reveals a commendable increase to 12.15 billion, the highest cumulative total net inflow. BlackRock's IBIT is leading the highest daily net inflow, closing at 139 million on Friday. And on the other hand, GBTC experiencing the biggest outflow at 139 million. Other ETF operators are gaining momentum, including Fidelity's FBTC with 155 million in net daily volume inflow. The current CEO of Binance, Richard Tang, who took over the leadership of Binance and overtaken CZ November 2023, believes Bitcoin will potentially reach 80,000 before the end of the year, as we previously pointed out. And beyond Binance, other firms are also adjusting their outlook on Bitcoin's entire market bullishly, including Standard Chartered, which is actually our featured next story of the day. So they're ultimately calling for 150,000 this year. And yes, BlackRock is the primary shareholder of Standard Chartered. We all know BlackRock extremely bullish on Bitcoin and currently holding over 200,000 Bitcoins through their custodian Coinbase. And only took them 2 months to acquire 200,000 Bitcoin, making them neck and neck in the race with MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, as MicroStrategy now has over 200,000 biddies. Now, the Bitcoin halving is another market-altering event, which we know is only 30 days out. And I don't believe the halving is priced in, but I want to know your thoughts. And here, now let's discuss why Bitcoin can reclaim 70,000 resistance here sooner than later, as Bitcoin hovers above 68. Although the flash drop last weekend pushed the prices down, the Ikimoku level, bulls managed to regain control, thus preventing the market from flipping extremely bearish. And based on the prevailing technical structure, Bitcoin has the potential to climb above 70,000 this week and also close it on the all-time high. And some of the key levels investors should look out for is the 68,000 support, which FYI is exactly where we're currently just under right now at the time of this recording or stream, which is where the 20-day exponential moving average lies. That's the line in the sand. And several 4-hour candle closes above those two key levels will ensure the Bitcoin bulls have the upper hand. And on the upside, breaking above 70 could mark another FOMO-driven rally, targeting a new record high of 80,000. So my question for y'all is when 80,000. Can you see that happening this week, next week, before the end of March, heading into April? Holla. And I'm going to read some more of these comments. Those trolls came in at once too. Yes, they did. What do you think about Bitcoin going? Yeah, feel free to block anyone who uses that color in the chat. Thank you, KJam. You're right on it, yo. KJam gets a raise. Sorry, guys. Huge green wave on the Ikimoku, right on. Everyone needs to hold for 8 years to get this halving, and then the next halving, that should be 2 10x cycles. Shout out to my best friend Dixie Wrecked. Shout out Dixie Wrecked. And shout out Toasty Toast. My wife's boyfriend told me there is no second best. Smart.
Take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin.
Thank you, Michael. I see 75,000 this week, maybe 80,000 soon after that. Crypto Dell, all good, broski. Welcome. I walk away for 1 minute and the chat blows up with trolls. Precisely. When they don't see Jennifer, that's when they come. They see you, they know better. Since yesterday, Bitcoin is down. Stop being obsessed with Bitcoin. Make a donation. Oh my God. Let's see how fast Luke 38 gets banned. And I'll tell you this straight up, family. Don't touch the altcoins being shilled in the chat. You're pretty much guaranteed to get wrecked and taken advantage of because they're ish coins. And you can just tell by the way they're promoting it not to touch that with a 10-foot pole. So I wouldn't ever touch that ish, right? Don't wait to dollar cost average before it gets back to the all-time high. Smart Shaitan, 80,000 by Friday. Sorry, John.
And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you
Another one bites the dust. And another one. And another one. Another one bites the dust. That is also true. Pre-halving can be fickle. Good point there. Ish coins are rug pulls. Precisely. Here's why they invent the Ish coin: to take your Bitcoin and promise you insane gains you'll never see because you'll get wrecked and rugged. And then they'll take all the investors' money and they'll buy Bitcoin with it. So this is the scammers' way to get Bitcoin by scamming you. And this is precisely what they do. So that's why they're not welcome here in the chat. No respect. It's like Rodney Dangerfield. I get no respect. Dollar cost average is the key. Tell him, Jose. Ish coins are the rug pulls. Precisely. You already know, guys. Yahim, Mr. Sailor is more intelligent than myself, so I'll take his advice and only buy the Bitcoin. You got that right. I'm just 10,000 away from my 4th Bitcoin. Following your advice, JV. Always thankful. Daynada Kevin, congratulations. Music to my ears. Well done, family. How long did it take you to get those 4 Bitcoins? Respect. Damn, I missed it all. I don't know what I missed. What's the 3-letter word? I'll give you a hint. It's a color. It's a color. That's 3 letters. And the moderators are just too fantastic. They can't hang. Damn, just coming in. What? Yes. JV, the Energizer. Don't have to sell your house. Just want to. You can afford. We're not Michael Saylor. Right on. Maybe pushing Ish coin is for the fees. Maybe 3 Bitcoin here. Congrats, Nexus. Well done. Well done. Anyways, fam, pump the likes, pump the stream, keep the comments flowing. Let's dive into our next story of the day. We're going to be discussing this 150,000 target by Standard Chartered Bank. Then we'll discuss the latest from the Bitcoin legend himself, Max Keiser, up in his target, the $400,000 per coin. So yeah, here we go. British multinational bank Standard Chartered increased its prediction for Bitcoin's price by 50%, forecasting the leading digital asset will be worth $150,000 by the end of this year. And according to a CoinDesk report, the bank expects Bitcoin to hit the record high of $250,000 by next year, 2025, before rounding off the bull cycle at around $200,000. Send it. Standard Chartered derived its prediction from comparing Bitcoin with gold and its performance after the ETFs tracking the performance of the yellow metal, which was launched in the United States. The bank analyzed the correlation between the ETFs and the price of Bitcoin, identifying the effects of the fund inflows and the value of biddies. The author of the investment report said there is a good chance Bitcoin can skyrocket to $250,000 in 2025 if Bitcoin ETF inflows touch the midpoint estimate of $75 billion and reserve managers continue to acquire the asset. So you already know. And at this time, spot Bitcoin ETF inflows have already exceeded $12 billion in just over 2 months after the launch. The official launch date was January 11th. Standard Chartered's latest forecast is 50% up from the 100,000 Bitcoin price predicted December, which was 4 months out. So they doubled their target from 4 months ago. Driven by the upcoming, not double, but 50%. Driven by the upcoming Bitcoin halving event and ETF approvals, Bitcoin could attract 50 billion to 100 billion worth of flows within the year, according to the bank. The financial institution also forecast Bitcoin could be worth 200,000 per coin by the end of 2025. Let me know if you agree with that sentiment. And with Bitcoin touching the new high of roughly 73.9 last week, the asset's performance has surpassed the bank's expectations. Notably, Bitcoin had fallen to 68,000 at the time of the live. And regarding Ethereum, here's what they have to say. Besides Bitcoin, Standard Chartered also expects Ether to soar to 8,000 by the end of this year and 14,000 by 2025. Ether's prediction is based on estimated inflows of 45 billion expected in the first 12 months of Ethereum ETFs trading in the US, with the SEC approving their launch by May 23rd. But others would disagree and say there is no Ethereum ETF that's going to get approved this year. So let me know your thoughts. But quoting Standard Chartered Bank, in 2025, we see the ETH to Bitcoin price ratio rising back to the 7% level that prevailed for much of 2021-2022. And given our estimated Bitcoin price level of US dollar 200,000 at the end of 2025, that would imply an Ethereum price of 14,000 according to the bank. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this bullish price prediction from Standard Chartered.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
That's right. There's a crypto asset called Bitcoin, right? Amen. Tell them. You already know. ETH 10,000 by 2025 for shizzle. Says Shaitan for shizzle. Word up, family. Let me know where you feel the Ethereum price action is likely to go here for this cycle peak, of course, before we tap into Max Keiser's latest prediction up in his price target to $400,000 per coin. If you know what I mean, let me know, family. And I'm actually going to reset something here. You can see something I recently shared quoting Max. You can read that as I adjust something here on the screen to prepare for the next story. Just give me a few seconds.
It isn't slightly different. Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Right? Bitcoin's a bank in cyberspace. Everybody.
Blah, blah, blah. But anyways, I'm back. Here we go. He told me to sell the, Chris, I am not sitting on, the chair. Yeah. I put 20% of my parents' retirement funds into iBit. They are going to be surprised to see the growth, up 30% already, just a few weeks, and where I reallocated from a safe S&P ETF. Well done, Toasty Toast. Cheers to you for that. Well done. Where's everyone tuning in from? Colorado in the building. Shout out Ahmed John. Welcome to the #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. Let's go. A little more of a correction on here. 66.7, yo. Yeah, still up 27,000 from the beginning of February, so is what it is. I love Saylor. I just wish I could get those loans that he does. Yeah, I think the reason he's able to get these crazy large loans with such low interest is because of the cash flow of, obviously, MicroStrategy. No one in their right mind is going to just lend someone $500 million or $1 billion at a 0.6% interest rate. But when you're Michael Saylor, obviously, you have the formula, you have the capital, and also Michael Saylor is not alone. Max Keiser says El Salvador is following that same formula, and other corporate entities can do the same thing. Just Michael Saylor is the first to lay it out and follow that blueprint. But any of these corporations with a large cash flow can do the same thing, right? What if a company like Apple or Tesla or whatever, any big corporation were to do the same? And Amazon, there's so much money these companies have. They can just virtually borrow money virtually for free. This is what Saylor does, borrowing money virtually for free, practically for free, meaning less than 1% interest, which is virtually nothing, right? Bitcoin's more than likely going to go up, on a bear case scenario this cycle, 2x. On a bull case scenario, 10x. So you run the math. What's a 0.5 percentage point interest when you have the most appreciating asset in human history? No brainer. So he's just basically creating Bitcoin out of thin air. Theoretically speaking, he's acquiring Bitcoin from dollars he's borrowing from the Fed. Mind-boggling. That's a speculative attack against the central banks, right? All these companies can do the same thing if they believe in Bitcoin. The blueprint is already there. Either Wells or JP doing 150, zero interest right now. Back on my computer again. If it was acting up on the other day, right on Jennifer. I be buying, says Jace. Morning, JV. Shout out California in the building. Shout out Dante Reyes. Welcome, family. MicroStrategy is down 18% today. Oh no, good thing they're up hundreds of percent. Zooming out. Watching from Clearwater, Florida. Pump it up, Mark. This one's for you, bro.
Don't you know, pump it up.
You got to pump it up.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
You already know. Let's get it. Yeah, Clearwater, let's go. If you're not Michael Saylor, you have to sell chairs you're not sitting on. Whatever it takes. You might have to have a garage sale. Get rid of some tools. Buy some biddies. Right? MicroStrategy is on sale. Exactly. It's all perception. Perception. The state of Connecticut wants us eating the bugs. Trust me. Yeah, don't eat the bugs and stay away from the CBDCs. Holy ish, Dr. Dre had 3 strokes. Are you for real? This breaking news? Good Lord. Shout out to the doc. That's crazy. Scientologists. Yes, Clearwater is the capital of Scientology. I know because I lived in Clearwater and I would see them all the time. If you go to the beach, you can't help but drive by their headquarters and see them dressed in suits with their clipboards. Crazy, right? What up, Omar? Let's pump it up, eh? How's it, JB? It's pretty good. Great opportunity to buy that dip and get it lit. 420 never quit. You shall eat the bugs and be happy. Quoting the World Economic Forum, eh? I see you, Novum. How about this? I'll eat the pasta and be happy. 80,000 this week, 100,000 before the halving, 150,000 after the halving. Send it. 60 G's, baby. Amen to that. We're still 60 G's.
60 G's, baby! It's red panty night when you're starting to find me, eh? Back at home with your wife.
Back at your home with your wife. CBD is all you need. That's right. Remove the C and just take the CBD and you're good. Anyways, family, you already know. Let's go. Anyways, fam, now for our featured story of the day. Here's the latest from Max Keiser predicting and basically upping his target for this cycle to $400,000 per coin. Shout out to the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Keiser, the one and only legend himself. The headline reads, Max Keiser, the story of a Bitcoin legend. And I'm going to highlight why he is so legendary for those who must have forgot or maybe just don't know. Maybe you're new to Bitcoin. But anyways, Keiser has been advocating for Bitcoin purchases since the price was merely $1. Informed the controversial host Alex Jones that his initial estimate of Bitcoin of reaching 100,000 was now considerably understated. Preach. Now, back in 2020, in his discussion, Keiser said, for the first time in 8 years, I'm updating my Bitcoin target. Initially, when Bitcoin was at $1, I predicted it would reach 100,000, but now I'm adjusting my target to $400,000 per coin. Throwback to Keiser. Now, we all know him from the Keiser Report. In my opinion, the greatest financial television show or news broadcast to ever exist. And as a result of that, so many people have been orange-pilled into Bitcoin. Despite the immediate market fluctuations, Keiser expressed unwavering confidence in Bitcoin, stating the premier crypto remains as compelling an investment now as it was at the time of his original prediction. Quoting him from back then, Bitcoin is just as appealing now at 10,000 or 9,300 as it was at $100. After that, he made a few more other predictions. The last one was 220,000 in play, which we have covered many times here on the channel. Now I want to show you something that's going to blow your mind. Max Keiser has been a notable figure, as we know, dating all the way back to 2011, a few years after Bitcoin's creation. I believe the Genesis block was, January 3rd, 2009, right, fam? Hence, Samson Mouse Company, Jan 3. Now, Keiser's investment in Bitcoin led to a reported gain of over 20 million % as Bitcoin surged from 30 cents to its all-time highs. Check this out. Receipts, family. December 24, 2010. The Keiser Report touches upon the topic of cyber currencies and peer-to-peer currencies in particular. I wonder if the report was actually inspired by Bitcoin. I'm currently watching the show, and they haven't even talked about cyber currencies yet. Edit. Yes, they're talking specifically about Bitcoin. I guess this is the first mention of Bitcoin on mainstream media. Facts. His long-term bullish stance on Bitcoin has been characterized by his belief in its capacity to disrupt traditional financial systems and act as a form of resistance money against the perceived failings of fiat currency. And in the presentation, Keiser emphasized Bitcoin's role in challenging the potentially replacing the inherent violence of fiat money with a peaceful nature. Keiser's early coverage on Bitcoin on mainstream media platforms and his continuous engagement in the crypto community has played a significant role in bringing attention to Bitcoin's potential as both an investment and revolutionary financial tech. His activities and predictions have been followed closely by both supporters and skeptics in the crypto space. And you can see here, back in 2011, Max was openly discussing why Bitcoin was a threat to government currencies. So you can call him a visionary. He saw this before everyone else did. Now, what's also hilarious, he has been telling Peter Schiff to buy Bitcoin since it was $1. which is mind-boggling that Peter Schiff still hasn't hopped on board. Do you ever see Peter Schiff capitulating and getting into Bitcoin, or do you see him bashing Bitcoin at $1 million per coin? I'd love to know your thoughts. I mean, right here, when Bitcoin was $1 in 2011, Max told Peter Schiff to buy. He didn't, and now Max trolls him relentlessly. Max also claimed that Bitcoin will be the biggest story of the decade, and you damn straight, the high priest was right. And he even gifted, vast amounts of Bitcoin to so many people. He's responsible for orange pilling so many legends into Bitcoin. It's, mind-boggling. Also, Russell Brand, I know he gifted 1,000 Bitcoin too. Russell Brand claims to have lost that Bitcoin, but it now be worth 70 million today. He even gifted, 10,000 Bitcoin to Alex Jones. Alex Jones also claims to have lost the Bitcoin. Shout out Lock Sky. A quick shout out. He just gifted 5 memberships of the crypto, for the channel. I appreciate that. So congratulations, Freddie, Sat Stacker, Yasir, the Everlasting Bliss, and David. You've all been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. So yeah, Russell Brand's Bitcoin fortune would be worth 70 million today if he didn't lose it in a boating accident, gentlemen. And so, yeah, and of course, that's him with Bukele celebrating Max's birthday. Shout out to Max. He's also responsible for orange pilling Ricardo Salinas, third richest man in Mexico. And here's the legendary speech he gave at the Bitcoin Miami conference with Michael Saylor, where he went on stage and said, "F Elon, we're not selling." Classic. Yeah, so Max is a legend. I love Max personally. I think he is the greatest to ever do it. And I think his legend will live on forever in Bitcoin. Let me know your thoughts with his targets. He also more recently shared, which I shared in a tweet, he can see Bitcoin hitting as high as 750,000 for this particular cycle. So anywhere from 250,000 being his low estimate, his high estimate for this cycle, 750,000. I know my target on today's thumbnail, I just kept it conservative at $400,000 per coin. But let me know your thoughts in the live chat. Mr. 100, MicroStrategy 1600 bought at 400. Word. Like Mom Spaghetti, nervous, but on the surface, he looks calm and ready to buy Bitcoin, but he keeps on forgetting. Yeah, I definitely do the lion. I eat, must have the meat. Word. I use CBDC oil. No, it's not CBDC oil, it's CBD. CBDC is a central bank digital currency family. CBD oil, highly recommended. Great stuff, very healing. It can do things like stop seizures and just naturally be a remedy for a lot of the drugs these pharmaceutical companies are shoving down our children's throats. So if you're looking for natural remedies, long live the herb that God gave us on this planet to take advantage of it. And it is great for inflammation. Another thing great for inflammation is turmeric. Turmeric, however you want to pronounce it. I take turmeric shots every day like a champ. Just saying. I definitely, red panty night. You already know, macro. Back at you home with your wife. And let me refresh the chat. I think I lost you guys. 1 second here. Bada boom, bada bing. Here we go. Chat should be refreshed. There we go. Psilocybin, tell him. Keeps on forgetting where he put his keys to his cheese. You already know. High-end olive oil. Herb Dean? Or are we talking about the herb? That 420 herb. Look, now we're pumping again. Yeah, we're going to be right back above 69. Watch this. If Max gives me 100 Bitcoin, I definitely won't lose it. Sure, you say that now, but after you get it, you'll have the same story as Russell Brand and Alex Jones. Oops, I lost it all in a boating accident. Yes, those are the ones, Julie. And I think it was K-Jam been asking me the brand. That's the one I get from Costco, S-U-J-A, Suja. Turmeric shots are excellent. I drink one every day too. Good. Yeah, I get those from Costco. You get them in a box every day. Boom, boom, shots. They also sell the green ones, which is spirulina, another superfood. Highly recommend it. You know what I mean? Same anti-inflammation properties of ibuprofen. Yeah, screw ibuprofen. Screw all that medicine being pushed by Big Pharma. All I know is this. If you accidentally take one too many of these so-called, whatever it is, Advil, Tylenol, ibuprofen, if you take one too many, you die. Maybe you shouldn't be taking it. Just saying. And moringa, that's another great one there, family. Thank you. Cayenne shots are great. Yes. And actually, when they have them at Costco, they run out all the time. But I also like the ginger turmeric. They mix the cayenne with the ginger or the turmeric. It's like, usually I think they do that with the ginger. So it's ginger and cayenne. Cayenne pepper is extremely good for you as well. JV, if your Bitcoin holdings went up to 100 million, how would you spend your first 3 mil in Bitcoin sales? That's a great question. Hypothetically speaking, if I was ever worth $100 million, I'd probably buy a couple of mansions. I'm just speculating, just, freestyling here. But first thing that comes to my mind, what can you buy? Mansions? You know what I mean? Property? If you have that much money worth of digital property, maybe convert some of that into some physical property you can live in and enjoy. Maybe buy some mansions for your favorite family members. You know what I mean? Take care of the ones that supported you throughout. That's what I'm thinking out loud. I mean, it's probably hard to spend 100 million. Just saying. The only ginger I get is from Moscow Mules. One sat will equal $1 eventually. Tell them. Yes, that means we get to 100 million. So when one Satoshi is $1, right now you can get 1,500 Satoshis for $1. When it costs $1 per Satoshi, Bitcoin will be $100 million per coin. Meaning hypothetically, a whole coiner with just one coin can one day be worth $100 million. Maybe a small navy. Yeah. So in 2025, JB will be mansion shopping. No comment. College tuition for your grandkids. Honestly, rather just teach them to be YouTubers. There's more opportunity there than college, but hey, teach their own. Podcasts. You know what we should be teaching children to do? Grow a following. Do they teach that at school? Create a freaking following. Because maybe by the time they graduate, AI puts all of those jobs out of business. Why are people going to school getting $250,000 in financial debt, and then they're going to graduate and not even have a freaking job because it'll be replaced by the AI? Just thinking out loud here. But what better job than content creation? Like, for real. Build a following, create content, share value with the world. And the more value, the more content, the value you deliver to the market, the more valuable you become. They can't put a limit and say, JV is only worth $5 an hour. That's slavery. Even if they said you're worth $50 an hour. No, you're infinite. You're a human being, right? The more value you contribute to the world, the more money you should make. That, my friend, is entrepreneurship. JV is an entrepreneur at heart. I know what it's like to be enslaved. I used to work at McDonald's, bro. I know firsthand, flipping burgers and emptying nasty grease traps with acne all over my face. Been there, done that, right? Makes you humble, right? I know what I don't want to do. I don't want to be enslaved to a job, but entrepreneurship is the future. I think a lot of people relying upon jobs are in for a rude awakening. That's just my perception of where the world is going with AI taking over, replacing many of these jobs. Yes, I am on Spotify. I appreciate that. I am on Spotify, iTunes. I've been on there for 6 years. We got the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Theoretically, pod is just audio, right? So this is the video version of the pod, exclusive on YouTube and Rumble. You know what I mean? AI is going to upend society. All those office people will do like 90 minutes of emailing a day. Chris Record, shout out Record. Shout out Billie Jean. Not my lover. They teach socialism at schools. They don't teach. Exactly, Jennifer. That's why, you know what I did the other night with my daughter? She asked me a Bitcoin question. I said, that's a great question. I gave her a short answer. And I said, now watch this 40-minute presentation by Jack Mallers called Bitcoin 101. And my daughter watched that presentation and she learned about Satoshi. She learned about how Satoshi invented time on the internet, right? This is what I'm teaching my daughter, the future. Because I'm like, baby, they're not going to teach you the true nature of money, not at school. So I'm like, listen to this guy, Jack Mallers. So yeah, I already put her on to Jack, and she's already a fan of Max. My daughter loves Max Keiser. In fact, my daughter created a couple of shorts, and Max Keiser retweeted them. So respect to the high priest. The combination made my funds bleed. Damn straight. JB, will Bitcoin dump to 58? It's a possibility. I won't say it won't, but I am more optimistic that we continue to pump. Heard Mike Tyson is wearing headgear. I highly doubt it. They will sell so many less tickets and it won't be taken as serious. It could be an exhibition without the headgear. Why would he wear the headgear? He fought Roy Jones without the headgear. But you can tell they agreed upon not hitting each other in the head. If you go back and watch the Roy Jones Mike Tyson exhibition, they're just hitting each other in the body, yo. If Mike Tyson goes full beast mode, wow, we may see Jake Paul finally get knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? However, is Mike able to take a punch at age 58 is a good question, because Jake got a strong right hand. He can knock a lot of people out. He's knocked most of his opponents out, right? The only one to beat Jake thus far is Tommy Fury. But I like to think the fight starts and we just get classic Mike Tyson bobbing and weaving side to side with these killer body shots. Jake gets hit in the body, drops his hand, it opens up. Upstairs, knockout, right on the chin. Classic. And then Mike Tyson becomes even more of a freaking legend. However, it's going to be sad. Hypothetically speaking, if Jake gets a knockout over Mike, people are going to hate Jake even more, number one, because everyone loves and respects Mike. He's the most honest, respectable guy in boxing. I love his podcast personally, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. I'm a fan. I love his stories about the toad. You know what I mean? Shout out Mike Tyson. I hope he wins. I pray he wins. I think 90% of the world would hope and pray he wins as well, but there's no telling. One thing I don't want to see is a legend get hurt. Hypothetically speaking, what if Tyson got knocked out clean and got injured and was paralyzed? You just never know. 58-year-old shouldn't be boxing. You know, one thing that was funny, though, I finally watched the Karate Combat with with BitBoy this morning. I couldn't watch the whole thing, but I kind of watched the first minute and then I fast forwarded it to the end. I found that hilarious. The most hilarious combat thing I've ever seen in my life. Did you guys watch that? What is your feedback? Let me know. In Mike's training videos, he looks intimidating. Amen. But you got to keep in mind, that's the highlight, right? How long can Mike Tyson keep that pace? Can he do that for 30 seconds, 2 minutes and gas out? He looks in fantastic shape. Don't get me wrong. He's probably on stem cells and all that kind of stuff because he's talked about that before, right? To get his body in that peak shape. But it'll be interesting to see because we saw Mike fight Roy Jones and yeah, he did look like an old man. Granted, he beat Jones. That's because Jones had no speed. Speed, you lose first before power. Mike has power and speed, but he's not going to have the same speed he had. Clearly, he's 58 years old. Now, 18-year-old Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, I give Jake Paul 10 seconds. 10 seconds max. Stand no chance. It'd be like putting Jake Paul in there with a ferocious tiger. Zero chance. But 58-year-old Mike Tyson is a different story, bro. People against Tyson are the same people against Bitcoin. I like that, McFootnader. I'd agree. Jack causes too much for the kids. So if he puts Jake in a wheelchair, then people will call Mike an animal. BitBoy Combat was comedy gold. I know. They couldn't kick or punch or defend themselves. I'm like, how are they even fighting right now? It's karate combat. They have no kicking skills. They can't throw a kick. And their punch, they don't even know how to throw a punch properly. And they don't keep their hands up at all. So it's just open target. BitBoy's strategy was just let me keep my hands down, bait him in, and as soon as he comes in, he had one weapon, and he throw this ugly telegraphed right, which landed a few times, but it's like, how are they fighting? And was crazy, you had legends as commentators like Bas Rutten. I've done a podcast with him, by the way, legendary MMA fighter. You actually had Charles Oliveira, and I'm just like, these guys are watching BitBoy fight. Mind-boggling. They can't fight. But I guess that's why it's entertaining. They're influencers. They're not fighters. So, anyways, I digress. Shout out to Cryptos R Us. I saw him also commentating on the event. In fact, Cryptos R Us reached out to me about the karate combat. I'm just like, I mean, I was a little sus. I'm like, you want me? I'm like, I am 135 pounds, by the way. So, and it said on the thing, BitBoy weighed 175 pounds, but looking at him with his flubber, I'm just like, he looks like he's still 220. I don't know. It's all hilarious. Tyson is about to make JP look like Peter McNeely. That'd be great. Tyson's still a beast. Not to be, of course, no one messes with Tyson because he has killer instinct. Very few fighters have that killer instinct at that level, especially prime Mike. But again, 58-year-old Mike. BitBoy lost his Lambo. They took it from him. Carlos stole my Lambo. That was the most entertaining story of last year, yo. I don't wish anyone bad, but good Lord, that was all aired on social media. The mistress, the Lambo, getting arrested with the mistress. Who's in the car? Who's in the car? Who's in the... it's just my mistress. That shit was crazy, yo. Can't make this ish up. Only in crypto. JV, show and tell during the Q&A. Oh, yeah, we did a show and tell on Rumble during the other Q&A. If you guys missed out on YouTube, sucks for you guys. You got to head over to Rumble. I shared with you my crystal. I shared a lot. I shared some stuff inside, personal things within my phone. You have to teach people to be their own business people. People are afraid to make it on their own. They need to be measured, and that's okay to be their own boss. Amen to that. Carlos the Repo Man. That guy creeps me out. Crypto Queen. BitBoy needs his own Netflix. I know he should have his own special. He's hilarious. I think that's why people tune in. It's comedy gold. He's an entertainer. He lost his Lambo and his straw. Is BitBoy going to have a Netflix special with the Tiger King? Now, something ironic, yo. BitBoy got a stake tattoo on the bicep. I'm curious, how much was this public? How much did he get paid to tattoo himself a sponsor? I'm curious. How much and I got a question for you guys. Would you ever get a big tattoo on your body for a lump sum of money? Yay or nay? Let me know. So, for example, he has a big stake tattoo. I think it's on his bicep. I have no clue what he got paid for it, but it had me speculating like, wow. I'm like, how much money did he get paid to actually permanently tattoo himself a sponsor, yo? I'm hoping he got at least $1 million, at least. Pay off some of these lawyers. He trips over his own tongue when he talks. He's a train wreck. Hell no. BitBoys girls look like the only sleep with married men. But I digress, yo. I wish him the best. I know he's going through a lot. I don't dare kick someone when they're down. I understand how it is. But, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, you guys say nay. Yeah, I don't think I could ever do that. Unless it was like maybe $1 billion, I'd entertain it. But even for like 10 million, a permanent tattoo? No, there's a reason JV got no tattoos. I respect my clean body, yo. A sponsor for life? Man, that's crazy. The only thing I'd contemplate if I ever got a tattoo, like a portrait of my daughter, respect. You know, like Charles Oliveira has that portrait of his daughter. I think that's cool. Maybe a portrait of Nipsey, right? Kind of be cool. But that's about it. I have my 24-word tattooed on my back. Give me 50 Bitcoin and I'll think of getting that tattoo. Exactly, Jennifer. Fitty bitties. That's a few mil. What is that, like 5 mil? No way. I don't like tats on me or anyone else. Turns me off. Nippinator! Shout out to the Nippinator. Doing his thing. From here to Sing. He's still the king. Right on, JV. Cheers, MJ. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to kick it for a bit on Rumble. So I'm going to end this YouTube stream. It's been fun. I had a blast with y'all. For those new to the channel, we stream live on 2 platforms every day, YouTube and Rumble at the same time. The YouTube stream is about to come to an end, and we're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod and kick it together. Highly encourage you to join me on Rumble. My Rumble link is always in the description. And please, if you're looking for an exchange, check out Margex. They're the sponsor of today's show. And by supporting them, you're helping support me because they're a sponsor of the show. So especially for the international audience, they're a good option for the international folk. So if you're international, be sure to check out Margex. Take advantage of the bonuses. Why not? Free money. Just be careful if you do leverage trade. I'll be 100. I'm not a leverage trader. I only recommend leverage trading to advanced traders, but nonetheless, you can trade up to 100x leverage. I've never done it. I don't recommend it, but it's available nonetheless. But it doesn't mean you have to trade with leverage. You can just do normal trades as well, of course, family. So anyways, I digress. Thank you, family. Head on over to Rumble right now, and I'll see you there in a couple of moments. Deuces, family. See you soon. All right, shout out to the Rumble fam.